WNBA app. 1-point ball game here. Becker's with it. Baseline turner jumper doesn't go. Smith offensive board. Set on the shot clock. Sims will trigger. Does not go as Cloud clears. Up the floor quickly. Diggins Smith to Hopkins running the floor. Beautiful ball movement. Great signs for Chicago right now. Figuring out ways to score the basketball. They've scored on the free throw line. They've scored in the fast break. And they've scored in their half court. Beckers. Little hesitation turning the corner. Her low range goes. It just doesn't take Paige Beckers much to figure out how she needs to score. She can score in so many different ways. The way she can break down the defense. Cloud backdoor cut by Diggins. Hopkins made herself available. Fighting with Shepard, and we're going to get a jump ball here. Hopkins has really been good so far this season. Just pushing pace, getting out on the break, and making yourself available. You get the payoff from Skylar Diggins, who wants to get running right away, but that hustle down the court was huge for the rookie. Sky with it, lob inside Cardoso. That's a beautiful pass from Diggins. Skylar Diggins does so much for this team, including her veteran leadership, but just those passes, does a great job of lobbing it inside. Beckers off the mark, Hopkins, rebound and push. Hopkins attacking Shepard high off the window. Cardoso trying to fight for it. Loose ball with a little wallet. Sims flanking. That layup doesn't go, but Smith, again, offensive rebound inside of Shepard, deflected out of bounds by Cloud. Yeah, this is really exciting for the Chicago Sky team to see them getting off to a quick start, because that has not been how this season has been for them. In the first quarters, they've been outscored by 20 points, second worst in the WNBA, and then after that is when they get rolling. And Coach Mars saying it's a few different things of just, obviously they started on the road, so that's difficult to get things going, learning new teammates, injuries, and the number 1 overall pick, AZ Funk, into the ballgame for Dallas for the first time. Here's Beckers in the mid-range. Cardoso fighting for it. 3-point lead here for Chicago. First quarter action, 5:40 to play in the opening one. Sheldon hanging, doesn't go. Loose ball tipped around, controlled by Smith. Up the floor, Beckers open 3. That's off the mark. When you look at the 3-pointers that Paige Beckers has taken this season, a lot of them have been open because she's able to relocate and find an open space. Smith got the block shot there on Diggins. Tosh getting in the passing lane. And this is what you love about a great defensive player. Alana Smith was the co-defensive player of the year last season with Asia Wilson, and she is outstanding. She's long, athletic, but more importantly, she knows where to be position-wise, and that was what made her so successful last year in Minnesota. Diggins with the deflection by herself. Give the assist to Cardoso. (12-7) lead here, midway through the first quarter. Sky with the advantage. And Diggins trying to get that poke away again. This time going to get whistled for the foul. We'll take a timeout with them. It's a 12-7 lead here in the first.
All right. So you got the 2 best rosters in the league going up against each other. Here are the 5 best rosters. Number 1, Chicago Sky. Right? Number 2, Dallas Wings. Number 3, New York Liberty. Number 4 is debatable between the Aces in Atlanta. But those 2 teams will be 4 and 5. And the only reason why the Aces are 4 is because of Kennedy Carter. Without Kennedy, they wouldn't even be in the top 5. They would be like 6-6. But with Kennedy, she puts him in the top 5. But those are your best rosters. So, you know, like I said, Chicago is doing all of this, missing all of these players. Okay, they just won a game without Skylar. They finished the game off without Rakia, without Courtney Vandersloot, without Azura Stevens. without Dejanay Carrington, and the list goes on. So you go to teams, and I can show you. I mean, this is the best roster in the league. It's not even close. It's not even close. And he got two of the best development players in the league. This is clearly the best roster in the league, right? And it's showing you how they're winning games without all of these players that they're missing, right? And then you go to Dallas. Dallas, they have everything. This is the second most talented roster in the league. It is about how you coach them. You can have all the talent you want, but if you're not coaching them right, you can lose games. And then you go to New York. Extremely talented, clearly the third best roster in the league. When Satu get back, that's going to be even more dangerous. But yeah, you can even argue. Well, they're not going to keep Julie Van Lowe. That's why I'm saying this is like the third best one. If they were going to keep Julie, we can have a conversation. And then you go to the Atlanta Dream. Once Bree Jones gets back, they're going to be extremely dangerous when Bree Jones gets back. But right now, until that happens, it's the Aces. So Aces are 4, Atlanta is 5. So we're watching a matchup of two extremely talented rosters. Okay, these are the best rosters in the league right here, Chicago and Dallas.
But the team could also activate a developmental.
So I told y'all it was a contact injury, right? She tried to decelerate to do the layup after Nia Coffey hit her really hard. And when she went to plant, it buckled. That's a contact injury. And that's why Natasha Cloud was right to speak out on it. Speak up about it.
No question, be a huge miss for this Sky team.
Yeah, Maddie can play the 3 and the 4. So this team is loaded. Sydney can play the 2 and the 3. Kalua Abali can play the 2, 3, and 4. So they're fine. That's not an issue. It is the Rakia was looking like a potential MVP candidate. She was looking like she was going to get Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved, First Team, All WNBA, All-Star, First Team, All Defense, and she was going to be in a running to get MVP. And that's what's so sad about it.
A walk career into the ballgame for the Dallas Wings. 6 on the shot clock for Beckers. Here's Shepard. Going into Cardoso, headed back middle, got that to go over the lip.
It's been a strong start to the season for Jessica Shepard. She has proven that she can get up and down the court and play physical play in the paint, as you saw her going into the body of Cardoso right there.
Diggins, kick out, a little too high and out.
Yeah, just a little bit too high. A little bit too high. And make up for it on defense.
This has done really well this season, is taking the physical play to play through contact and be able to score at ease for this Dallas team. She's had a strong start.
Rachel Banham into the ballgame here for Chicago, along with Elizabeth Williams. Coming up with the deflection, we're still with it though. Beckers. 6 on the shot clock. Weir dump inside to Shepard. She's doubled. Kick out. Fudd. 2 on the clock. And Fudd got it to go before it wasn't.
And I thought she was fouled before the shot, but she gets it off. No foul called and knocks it down. Diggins working off the screen from Williams. Gets into the paint. Too strong.
A whistle and a foul though.
And look at the defensive double team right here, Jessica.
So this is a great crowd for Chicago. But if you're noticing empty seats, there was this campaign to punish Chicago for trading Angel Reese. But because Chicago is playing so great, fans still showed up. So if you're seeing empty seats, it's people, this was literally a campaign. They weren't going to go purchase tickets because they got mad Chicago traded Angel Reese. So you still got those fans who are still trying to punish the Chicago Sky for trading Angel Reese. But this team is doing so great that fans still showed up, and fans will continue to show up. What they're showing, these are fake Chicago Sky fans. They're Angel Reese fans, not Sky fans. And you're still losing because this is still a great crowd anyway.
Basketball. Aisha Coulibaly into the ball game for the Sky, along with Jason Sheldon returning.
And Skylar Diggins just goes to the bench, but it's her energy that causes this turnover, and that's what you have to love about what Diggins brings to this team, is she's going to give you everything on the floor.
Cloud works off Williams. Sheldon gets it to her, nice post up, kick out. Cloud.
Nice.
And boy, Cloud can become a threat from that spot. Chicago is going to be in good shape here tonight.
Nice Seagrass into the ball game here for Dallas. Here's Wale working off her. Wale into the paint, little hesitation, fade away. Mid-range doesn't go. Williams the rebound. Under 3 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Up the floor. Cloud works off Williams again. Here's Williams. Backing down on Seagrass. 5 on the shot clock. Hook shot. That is her bread and butter.
We're seeing real connectiveness right now with the Chicago team. You can see that they are locked in.
Fud. Career. First he's off the mark. Rebounded by Coulibaly. Cloud works off of her. Now Williams. Bam and 3.
Oh, let's go.
What Rachel Bannon does.
Let's go.
A 21.
Yeah, like you're watching the #1 roster and they're missing like 5 players. I mean, this is amazing. This is amazing what the Chicago Sky organization did. The front office, from the president down to Jeff to Tyler, what they did. This is the best roster in the league, and they prove it every game. They should be undefeated because Kalia Copper was supposed to get ejected. She should have gotten ejected for punching Skylar in the eye on purpose. And Alyssa Thomas was supposed to get a flagrant 2 for chopping Coulibaly in the mouth on purpose, right? And so that should have happened. But had they done their job in that game, Chicago, and talking about the referees, Chicago would be undefeated right now. So you're seeing empty seats because it was a campaign to punish the Chicago Sky for trading Angel Reese. So those are fake Chicago Sky fans. I would never let them back. We need to get new Sky fans who are Sky fans and not Angel Reese fans. I wouldn't even let them back. But you're going to see how they're all going to jump on this spaceship, try to get on the spaceship, try to get on Noah's Ark. You understand? And I just wish they would identify the ones. There was literally a campaign on social media and YouTube to not buy tickets because they traded Angel Reese. I wish that they could identify who these people are and ban them from ever purchasing tickets again, and just work on getting Chicago Sky fans, real ones, and not Angel Reese fans, because they're going to want to jump on Noah's Ark when it's all said and done.
Action there by Coulibaly.
This is how disruptive this Chicago defense is that when you try to get the ball into the paint, you see that help side defense coming over. Nice work by Coulibaly.
But through the handle. And now collected by Coulibaly. Checks the clock. Step back 3 again. This one does not go. Williams clears the glass.
Good decision making there by Skylar Diggins.
Yeah, set something up. That's why I love Tyler Marsh, man. His system, man. He runs everything. He runs pick and roll. He runs Spain pick and rolls. This dude run horn offense. This dude run traditional. He does everything. He run motion. He got a little bit of read and react. He'll do 5 out, 4 out, and 1. He does everything. He does everything, dog. He throwing everything at you. He'll slow it down. Like, that's what it is. And so it's just beautiful. He has the best system in the league in terms of sophistication, complexity, diversity, variety. He has the best system so far in the league.
Chip in, lob to Career, and that one does not go. And that's
Yeah, he has the best system in the league so far, right? Because what you have is that, listen, I'm gonna break down every system for you, right? So watch this, and I'm gonna show you how practically the entire league is running the same offensive system, and they pretty much do the same defenses. So, excuse me, let me go to teams. Now, what I will say is that Atlanta, they run the same thing. It's just that he's a little bit more strict when it comes to cuts and screens. Like, he wants you to sort of be patient with some of your screens and cuts with Carl Smesko, but he's running the same thing. They're 4 out, 1, 5 out. He wants a lot of cutting and a lot of off-ball screening, but he wants you to be a little bit more patient with it, if I could say that. But he's essentially running the same stuff. So when you go to Connecticut, European offense, that's what they run. Move the basketball. They want every player to get touches, so you can't key in on 1 or 2 players. They want to try to score in transition before you can set up your defense. They run 4 out and 1. They all 4 out, 1 in, 5 out, and a lot of ball movement. And that's Connecticut. Same thing as Atlanta. The Fever. Okay, now the Fever, they do a lot of off-ball screens. They run them off of a bunch of stagger screens, and they do a bunch of cutting, a bunch of dive cuts and 45-degree cuts, and that's the Fever. And they trying to hurry up and score in transition before you can set your defense up. She will implement some pick and roll. She will do some inverted screens as well. So Stephanie has like the second best system. Number 1 is Tyler, and then you got to go with Stephanie. Right? New York, motion, read and react, 5 out. That's what they do. Scoring transition before you can set up your defense. That's New York. Toronto, 5 out. That's what they do. 5 out. They might flirt with a 4 out and 1 in when Tamari Kia's on the floor, or when old girl get back, Tammy Fagbenle. But that's 5 out. Same thing. Threes, shots at the rim, some little dive cuts, and that's what that is. Okay, boom. Washington Mystics, unique. They run the 888 offense. That's 888. 24 seconds in the shot clock, 888. They want you to hurry up and score within the first 8 seconds with a layup or a 3. If that's not there, reset, try to find something else. If that's not there, reset one more time and look for the easiest shot. That's the 888 offense. But it's essentially the same principles as in terms of transition. Dallas, he runs the same system as Rashid Mezian for Connecticut. European offense with some 5 out, and that's what that is. Golden State, same thing, same situation. Las Vegas Aces, she runs a little bit more horn action. She'll do 4 out and 1. She might even go traditional, so Becky will get the 3rd. Los Angeles Sparks, 100% read and react, motion, transition. Minnesota Lynx, 5 out, same thing. Phoenix Mercury, 4 out, 1 in, 5 out. Portland is the 4th most unique because there is no offense. All 5 players have freedom to call whatever they want, and the coach only calls maybe 2 or 3 plays the entire game. That's the CLA approach. And then Seattle Storm, 5 out, transition, read and react. I told you, right? And so like, that's what that is. Let's get back to the game. What are we doing? Come on, baby. All right, let's go 8. All right. What are we doing, dog? No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, do that. All right, let's turn it up.
backdoor cut from Ogunbowale. The double kick out. Segrist. Breeze off the mark. Cardoso the rebound.
Cardoso really making her mark on this game early, getting boards, getting early shots in the paint. That's what they need from her each and every night.
Her third rebound of the ball game. 10 on the shot clock. Attacking off the window. Nice kiss.
That's a big time play for her right there. She can put the ball on the floor and attack and get to the basket. It's a really good sign.
Shepard, foul line jumper. That rolls in. Dallas cutting this to a 6-point ball game. Sheldon. Cardoso looking. Hopkins on the curl. Gets by foot.
Nice. Nice step through. Nice step through. Nice step through. Great.
Sharing the ball and then taking the time and the patience on the offensive end. Great move by Hawkins.
10-point advantage for the Sky. Points in the paint. Six on the shot clock for Agumawale. Here's Shepard. 2 seconds now. Hand off to Beckers. Pull-up jumper. That falls.
Cardoso had a hand up in the face of Paige Beckers, and Paige is able to release before she closes out.
7.5 to play here in the first half. A 28-22 lead for Chicago. Hawkins, turnaround, 1-foot fader, doesn't go. Cardoso, offensive.
Nice.
That's what she does best. You can't stop it. It's just dominant down low, and when she's comfortable, feeling good around the rim, that soft touch she has around the basket.
Beckers lost the handle.
And this is why you keep traditional bigs. This is why a team needs to sign Tierra McCowan. A team needs to bring in Kalani Brown. A team needs to bring in a versatile big like Sedona Prince. A team needs to bring in Anastasia Bodareva, right? Right. You have these big, bring in Liz Cambage. She's versatile too. You got all kind of bigs out here. Some of them traditional with a modern touch. They're all out here. And, you got these teams running away from them. Crazy.
How impressive. I can be that player with that next man up, that next player up mentality. She had a 20-point performance, and Natasha Powell said about her teammate earlier, just here early on, she doesn't act like a rookie at all. The way she approaches the huddles, the timeout.
Nice. Then now you look like Team Brazil. Now you look like Team Brazil, Camilla. What Camilla be hitting these up and unders and step throughs and drop steps and post fadeaways, and like now that's looking like Team Brazil, Camilla. Those are the post moves I seen when she's with Team Brazil. There we go. There we go.
DraftKings is proud to support veterans in what comes next.
What?
Yeah, so I just literally just broke down. I broke down every system. I told you what they all run. She got Chicago. They have the best system, and they're positionless, by the way. They have the best system. They do inverted screens as well, like Stephanie. Okay, so they do inverted screens too. But so you got Chicago number 1, number 2 Stephanie, number 3 I would say the Aces, and then number 4 I have to go with Portland, and then number 4 I go with Portland, and then number 5 I will go with the Mystics, and everyone else they're all just doing the same thing. They're all just doing the same thing. The only difference with Carl Smesko is that with the cutting and the screening, he wants you to be a little bit more patient with it. So, it like that cutting and screening is everything for him. He wants a lot of down screens and off ball screens and some 45s and some dive cuts. And that's what he wants, and that's what it is. But he wants you to be a little bit more patient with your cuts. That's normally what he does. That's the only difference. But he's running the same thing that these other teams are running. Connecticut is running what the Dallas Wings are running. This European style of basketball. That's what that is. It's still 5 out, 4 out transition, read and react. It's just a European style where they want a lot of ball movement and they want multiple players to score the basketball. They just don't want it to be just 1 or 2 players are your primary options. And that's what that is. Toronto, pure 5 out. New York, pure 5 out. Golden State, same thing, 5 out, transition, a lot of screens, a lot of cutting. And that's what that is, ball movement. Now, one thing she wants is that she wants multiple players to score. So she's also doing what Fernandez and Rashid Mezian are doing. They want multiple players to score. So I'll say that about Natalie. The Aces are more unique as well. They do 5 out, 4 out, but they would do traditional. They would do horn actions as well. And so pick and rolls, PNRs, they'll do a lot of that. Sparks, read and react, motion, transition, Minnesota 5 out, Phoenix 4 out, 1 in, 5 out, Seattle 5 out. But she also wants a lot of ball movement as well. Sonia. And in Portland, everyone is the offensive coordinator on the floor, everyone. So let's get back to the game.
With Isaiah James off the bench to try to change things up, get something going for themselves.
Yeah, see if they can get a little more front court physicality down low. I'm sure you can see he's a little bit frustrated with what's happening with Camila Cardozo, the way she's done the work.
Bud good on the first free throw. So it's Bud, Giroux, James, Smith, and Sims on the floor for Dallas. Cloud, Hawkins, Cardoso, Banham, and Sheldon for the stop. Cloud working off the double screen. 8 on the shot clock, calls her own number. Cardoso trying to fight for the rebound, but it's tipped and controlled by James. James turning the corner, turning the Jets on, gets right to the hoop.
And that's exactly how this Dallas team wants to play. Quick and easy offense. They don't want to spend time in the half court.
And that was something Tyler Marsh told us before the game. We've got to slow them down in transition. A miscue there between Cloud and Cardoso.
You just want to get the rebound and go. And that's what they do right here. James is looking, going. Says, I'll take it myself.
No, it's not that. She has to learn. That's part of the system, right? Where they want you to try to hurry up and score off of a rebound before they can set up their defense. That's what they're all taught. You get that rebound, especially if it's a long rebound, get it and go before they can set up their defense, score. You're either going to score or you're going to get to the free throw line. Or if that's not there, then kick out for a trail 3. And that's all it is. So these commentators, they have to start knowing these systems. She was like, and she just decided to take it herself. No, that's literally their principles.
Sims, 6 on the shot clock. Nice quick pass to Giroux, who is going to go to the free throw line. So a quick attack from James, and now 2 trips here for Dallas to the free throw line. They're trying to chip away at this by any means necessary.
Yeah, they certainly are, and they're doing it now by getting into the paint, and it really makes sense with Uhuru. She just has to stay physical and play strong and just great. A little bit more generous with sharing the basketball and getting her involved.
Nah, it's rare Lee Giroux misses a free throw. That's rare. She's so beautiful at that free throw line. Her free throw routine is so perfect. So perfect.
The distance could be close at hand. The U.S. Women's Open against Q4.
There it is. That's rare to see her miss a free throw, but I'm happy. Even though I'm a Dallas Wings fan and a Chicago Sky fan, but born and raised in Chicago, supported the Dallas Wings when they were the Tulsa Shock because I'm one of my favorite players, Brianna Kiesel. So I stuck with them ever since.
James had a deflection, but it ends up a foul. He's trying to beat the buzzer. Just doesn't get that to finish. James up the floor. Slips Ray Roman trying to get the seal. Giroux a 3. That's off the mark. Cloud pushing. And now looking for Cardoso. And they're going to get Giroux with a foul.
Now, Camilla is very familiar with Lee Giroux, but she's also comfortable going up against bigs in China because she's played in the WCBA for like the last 3 seasons, so she's comfortable.
There's Diggins. That shot was deflected and blocked a bit by Sims. So either way, it's James going the other way. Mid-range doesn't go. Cloud with it, surveying as she goes up floor.
The second quarter, the pace has definitely picked up.
Diggins works off Cardoso. Taken from behind by James. Becker surveying. She's got Sims flanking. Nice touch to Smith. Lays it up in. Their defense.
All right, good game management. Great game management. Great game management. Call a timeout. Things are kind of funky. Things looking a little bit dodgy. It's a little bit funky. You don't want Dallas getting crazy momentum. So call a timeout. That's game management to kill momentum. We just saw Alex Sarama not do that against the Fever a lot of times. He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't challenge until it was too late to challenge. Then he started to challenge. So did he call timeout at times? Yes, but there was so many times where the Fever were getting all of this momentum and he wouldn't call a timeout. So that's a part of managing a game. There's 4 traits that make up a good head coach or a great head coach. Some have all 4, many have none. Some have 1, some have 2 traits. So number 1, motivational coach. Coaches who are able to motivate their players or individual players, the team or just the individual player, to get them out of a funk within the game. Number 2, prep. Coaches who are great at prep. That's film study, that's scouting, and that's what you do on a practice court. Number 3, the whiteboard. That's the X's and O's, right? That means you're good with ATOs, you're good with out of half timeouts as well. You're good with situational X's and O's, that's offense and defense, and your system and making adjustments just in general. And then the 4th trait is game manager. And so that's dealing with rotation, minute allocation, substitution package, working the referees, challenging things, knowing when to call timeouts to kill momentum, all of that. And you'll see some coaches, they don't have any of them. And then some coaches will have 1, some maybe have 2. And then you got coaches like Cheryl Reeve where she has all 4, right? And so there's that.
Grab Bounty. Bounty is made to be stronger and more absorbent. So while ordinary brands can't hold up.
Yeah, that's it. So that was great game management. Tyler Marsh is great at motivating his players. He's great with the X's and O's. And so far this season, he's been great with game management. And so now I would like to see some more challenges being called, but that's what that is. And so far he's been doing great with game prep, with scouting, film study, practicing, things like that. So far Tyler has all 4. I've seen him motivate his team and individual players during games to get him out of a funk. I've seen great X's and O's or whiteboard. I've seen great game management and obviously great game prep. So far Tyler has all 4 traits this season, all 4.
Chicago roster got a major facelift in this offseason. So we saw departures from Angel Reese, who moved on to Atlanta, and also Ariel Atkins, who moved on to the LA Sparks. But this Sky team brought in some veteran leadership to reshape the identity of this team. Natasha Cloud told us earlier, this group may look young on paper, but there's experience, there's knowledge, there's toughness throughout this locker room. And she said the fast start that they've gotten onto, especially being on the road without your franchise player, it really sends a message to everyone that Chicago, if you're playing us, it's gonna be a dogfight. Megan, back to you.
Thank you, Tarika. And so far it has been for Dallas. They've turned it up a bit here in the last couple of minutes, Leah, but a strong start for Chicago.
It really has been, and you can see they're pleased to be back home on their home court. But It's absolutely right about the mix of players that they have here. I think Coach Marsh has done a great job of putting together a mix of young players, players that have certain vibes on the court, a lot of, I don't know, just so...
Yeah, you gotta pay attention. It's looking clumsy, right? So the passes are a little bit dead right now. And Rachel has had at least 2 games where she won't dive on the floor for loose balls. And that's the 50-50 game. So, all right, there it is.
Hands of Cloud off the bounce. She's got Smith to beat. Turns on the Jets. Too strong.
That's a vet move. Force the referee to make a call. That's a vet move. Force the referee to make a call. Either you're going to make the layup or he's going to send you to the free throw line, right? If you're hurting because Asia Wilson broke the bridge of your nose on purpose, by the way, sit out, take her out, put in Maddie or something like that, or Jessica Shepard. It's really simple, right? Yeah, so that's a body foul. It's a blocking foul. Now, what I will say is that now she's grabbing her nose. She could be flopping, whatever. Anyway, you guys, there's 4 phases to basketball. There's 3 phases to football: offense, defense, special teams. There's 4 phases to basketball: offense, defense, transition, and the 50-50. That's the hustle plays, the 50-50 game. And what we've seen from 2 games from Rachel Banham, she will not dive on the floor for loose balls, right? Now, we've seen her get better at it lately, but today, so far, she had a couple opportunities to do it. She won't do it. You see that? You see that? She came down on purpose on her face. The referee called her out for it, and then she started laughing. Asia started laughing afterwards, right? Didn't check on her. You okay? I'm sorry. None of that stuff. Turned around and started laughing.
I mean, it's simply...
So when Asia gets injured this year, I'll just say I told you so. She deserved it.
Comfortable on your face, but you do need to wear it to protect your nose. And I'm not sure how many weeks you'll be forced to wear it, but it's frustrating for players when you see them. I feel like when you watch her play, you can tell she's frustrated.
And you wonder too, obviously we talked about, you heard Tarika did a great job with the different players coming in and out for Chicago. She is new to this Sky team, or to this Wings team, excuse me. And it's a new staff, it's a new system, she's got new teammates. So there's already going to be a learning curve and a chemistry build right off the bat. And then you get hit in the face, and now you have something kind of maybe blocking your view. You can see with hers, they've cut out the eyes as much as possible to still protect her face.
I didn't see her get hit in the face. How come they're not showing the replay? Show everyone at home the replay instead of showing us this shot. You're showing us this shot of players' backs. What are you doing? Why don't you show the replay, USA Sports? Right? It's stupid. No one wants to see assistant coaches' booties and players' backs. We want to see the replay. Show the replay. It's like bad broadcast right now when it comes to this. Show the damn replay. What are you doing?
Rebounds. She had 3 points against Washington.
Like, it's crazy. So we get to hear these chicks talk and look at people's backs and butts and stuff like that instead of you just showing the damn replay. All of this time and not one replay. Where's the replay? All of this time and not a single replay.
Is talking to the scorer's table.
After reviewing the play, the defensive call on Atlantic Smith following that, a technical call on Natasha Cloud.
So why don't you show it? Why don't you show it? Why don't you show it? Show it. Show it. So he just called Cloud for a technical foul. Show it. Show it. They still won't show it. This lets you know if they don't show it, then this was clearly something against Natasha Cloud for cussing out the referees after they didn't protect Rakia Jackson. Now show it. Okay. That wasn't intentional. That wasn't intentional, but they have to protect her nose. But that wasn't intentional. That clearly wasn't intentional.
But they do hold the foul initially that was called on Smith. That's right. I was making the attempt to get Randy Richardson to come over and explain, to figure out what exactly was going on, but luckily for me, my eyes do work still. Yes, you can see me come over. I tried, Leah, I tried.
Well, thank you. Should be trying to get the people at home the information.
Listen, that's all I can do, right? It's a 4-point ball game here. Chicago still with the lead. Becker's turning the corner, kick out. Giroux back to Sims, 4 on the shot clock now. James, pump fake, attacking, hangs. Loose ball collected by Cloud. 3:12 to play here in the half. Banner with it. Williams gets it back to her. Quick 3 from Banner. That's off the mark. James the rebound. Beckers. Beckers back with it. 10 on the shot clock for Dallas. Here's Giroux. Thought about it. Gets inside to Smith. Still with it. 2 on the shot clock.
Nice. Let's go.
Hawkins pushing for Chicago.
Chicago defense simply outstanding. Last 2 possessions.
Cloud works off Williams. Over to Hawkins. 4 on the shot clock. Hawkins in the paint. Gets around Smith, but lost the handle on it. Smith with it. As it rolls out of bounds, they're going to get a shot clock violation.
And this, I thought this was going to be an Atlanta Smith lay-in, and then out of nowhere, Williams comes in and blocks that on the help side. That's just a nice effort right there.
And see, that's what you want. That's game management. Telling the referees, pointing things out, working the referees. We didn't see that from Alex. Only thing Alex did was threw up a travel symbol. That was it. He wasn't working the referees or anything like that. That's a part of game management.
Bucket and the foul for Arike Gumawale.
She is so crafty with her offense, and she is a vet, and she can figure out ways to score and get herself on the free throw line all at once, and she does a really good job here. Watch this move, takes a step, spin, and then uses her body to lay it in. So going to being able to score through it.
Jessica Shepard, Camila Cardoso back into the ball game. Wale gets the 3-point play and cuts this to a 1-point Chicago lead. 34-33, excuse me. Hawkins, pull-up jumper.
It is.
Didn't need a lot of space right there for Hawkeyes, and Jessica Shepard was playing pretty good defense on her.
Beckers works off the handoff from Shepard. Sims. Pocket pass. Shepard. Foul line jumper. She gets the bounce. Here's Diggins. Gets into the paint. Gets downhill. Just couldn't get that to finish.
Well, Chicago's offense is slowing down here a little bit.
Coming up on a minute to play here in the half. Hawkins. Miscue there by Gumawale and Smith. Hawkins goes into the body of Becker, spins, and Gabriella
Nice physical game. Nice physical game. That's a high IQ player. That's a high IQ player, Father. That is a high IQ player. Hallelujah.
Plays with so much
go.
smarts, but a really nice move that gets her to the free throw line.
And 20-point history mentioned in that game against Minnesota on 6 of 11 shooting. Also threw in 8 rebounds to go after it. She's part of that national championship UCLA Bruins team.
It was.
And don't forget, you got 10 seconds to shoot a free throw. So you could take your time if you're tired. You have 10 seconds.
Under a minute to go here in the half. Shepard the deflection, ends up with Beckers. Beckers, pump fake, sidestep, yes.
Beckers just kind of slowly warming up here, talking a little bit to Skylar Diggins.
Cloud 3 off the mark. Hawkins, the offensive rebound. Beckers up to 9 points in this ball game. Here's Hawkins. 7 on the shot clock. Cloud. And they're going to get a foul on Hawkins. Just wasn't set on that screen.
Yeah, probably should have just went in for the reverse layup, or maybe went in for a nice little fadeaway, a little post, low post fadeaway. So yeah, I probably should have, but she felt Alana Smith was gonna block that, so I probably would have went for a fall away or a fade away.
As that quick release and that beautiful jump shot.
About a 2.5 second difference between shot and game clock. It's now with Beckers with 4. Shepard. Wale blocked by Cardoso and a shot clock violation though. So it leaves 2.6 on the clock for Chicago.
Chicago just thriving off of their defensive intensity right now.
Smith with the steal at the end of half, blocked by Diggins.
Nice.
And defense coming up here to close out half.
A really solid first half of basketball by both sides, but we saw some great defense from the Chicago Sky, and Dallas figuring out offensively how to get rolling here in the second.
A 1-point lead here for Chicago with their home opener. Courtside Combos brought to you by T-Mobile. Tarika Foster-Brasby is with Camila Cardoso.
Camilla, you've done an excellent job establishing yourself inside. What's been working so well for you in the paint today?
I think I'm just doing a great job trusting myself, and my teammates doing the same as well, and just fitting me when I'm open.
What do you guys need to do to keep this group together? You're going into halftime with this lead. What do you want to do in the second half to kind of maintain it?
We gotta stay playing Chicago Sky basketball and do what we do every day in practice, feeding off one another energy and stay together.
All right, good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Killer Cam is doing it big here in this first half. Sky up. Now, coming up more on our halftime coverage presented by American Express. Elle, what you got going at the half, girl?
Let's go, girl. We got a lot coming up at the half. How about Chicago hitting that Millie Rock? Absolutely perfect from the field right now. We'll walk through what we've seen, first half observations. We'll show you some highlights from the Fever's route.
All right, I'll be back.
Talk about who's hooping from around the W. All that and more when American Express is at the half, so stick around.
Damn, their energy is off in that studio. Fake smiles, fake energy. What's going on? They don't look like they really like each other. That's some fake energy in that studio.
So look out for these stickers and gift yourself a new Kia during the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event, where every SUV and sedan comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months, plus $750 retail bonus cash on specially taxed 2026 Sorento and Sportage vehicles.
With low prices store-wide, eat well for less at Whole Foods Market.
Introducing Gatorade Lower Sugar. No artificial colors, no artificial flavors, no artificial sweeteners, and 75% less sugar. Gatorade Lower Sugar. Hydrates better than water.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, is now available with the Big Crispy Chicken Sandwich. Yeah, that looks pretty good, but do you still get bottomless chips and salsa? Okay, and what about a bottomless drink? Sure, but answer this. Is Chili's Big Crispy Sandwich bigger than McDonald's McCrispy? Oh, well, yeah, that is way bigger. So all of that deliciousness is still just $10.99? Oh, fast food is not gonna like this. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
If you
love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that opens up a world of possibilities. With Venture X, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Put a lime on your to-do list. Corona, La Playa awaits.
These are my confidence boosts.
An escape from my family drama.
Mi secreto para brillar.
The final touch to my look. Sunglass time. Own your moment.
Hey, Caitlin.
Hey,
You and me, we see everything. You on the court, me from up here.
you are 10 feet tall.
Runs with my family. Hey, you know who else sees everything?
State Farm.
Yeah, they look at everything to make sure you get coverage that fits your life and budget. I also see the camera guy wore his nifty vest again.
It's nice, huh?
Hey, you got any lip balm in there? I'm trapping like crazy.
Coverage that fits your life and budget. State Farm.
Welcome to American Express at the half.
Oh, we are at the half of a good one in Chicago. Camila Cardoso, at first she's looking to pass, and then just like my 5-year-old, she's like, I do it myself. She did that a lot. 12 points right now to lead the game as her Sky are up 1 point. A game you can trust presented by American Express. You take a look at the first half stats. Really, really tight here. The shooting percentages have gotten better for Dallas over the second quarter. This one being decided exactly where? That's what we're here to break down as we say hi from in studio. I am Elle Duncan alongside my teammates for the night. We've got Adona Thacke, we've got Amy Ottober. Chicago had a 10-point lead in this one, and then we see a 15-6 run by the Dallas Wings. How did they get back in this one, Adona?
It was clear Chicago punched first, right? But for Dallas, I thought they got it done defensively. They were 33% from the field in that first quarter, but more so when they started getting defensive stops, having early actions, getting Paige more involved in some pick and roll, they were getting to the free throw line and getting downhill.
Yeah, I mean, coming into this game, I don't know it's early in the season, but you had one of the top offenses against one of the top defenses. They each kind of imposed their will through the quarter, but I want to go back to the start of this game. I was really impressed with Chicago. First home game of the season, there's some jitters. Obviously, the Rickea Jackson stuff is really, really tough. How did they come out? Well, they set tones and it was through their veterans. Watch Natasha Cloud. This is how, if anyone wants to know, you pump me up. You box out like this early. It's called establishing yourself. This is not going to be an easy game. This is how Chicago is going to have to play the entire year to be successful. Watch her orchestrating an entire offense, pointing at her teammates. She knows what she's doing. She's going back the other way to the corner, but she set that 4-point play up. That's huge veteran presence right there. And then, of course, Skylar Diggins with multiple plays that don't always show up on the box score. This one certainly does. A nice defense. She's rewarded to get out and run. 1-on-0, that's a very high percentage shot for Skylar, but I just thought their vets said, everybody calm down. We're going to compete hard. We're going to be okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't exactly describe Camila Cardoso as a vet, but she's imposing her will right now against this Dallas team. Is that what you're saying?
Oh my gosh, Camila Cardoso is stepping up. Homegirl has been cooking in the paint, and here's how she does it. 6 of 6 from the field, 12 points so far, but to be a good scorer, you have to be a good screen setter. Watch her right here, sets a screen, makes that read, rolls to the basket, and just doesn't predetermine her shot. She uses her elite footwork in the paint. She makes the next move, but one of the things she does best, she has a good understanding of the game. She puts herself in position to succeed, and whether that's on the boards, finishing around the rim, she's got a good touch, but also defensively, she was a great rim protector. Again, another pick and roll action, a lot of what she's been able to do, deep positioning, getting inside the paint, backing down her defender. She's very strong, using that physicality, like you said, Elle, your 5-year-old just trying to decide what they do best.
I do it myself. She came into the game averaging 12 points per game. She's already equaled that in the first half, so something to keep an eye on. By the way, Chicago's trailed by at least 6 points in each of their first 4 games until tonight. Has that impacted the line? Let's take a look from DraftKings, our second half winning line. We came into this game and it was the Wings as a 2.5-point favorite to win this one on the road. That line's moved a little bit. They're still a favorite, but 1.5 as well. So obviously the odds makers are liking what they're seeing from Chicago. A ton of questions, so many injuries. What will they do without Rickea? So far, they are hanging in there and playing pretty well. All right, we will get you highlights from the Fever's route of the fire a little earlier. No Caitlin Clark, no problem. And we'll tell you who's hooping from around the league.
On DraftKings Sportsbook, new DraftKings customers can bet $5 and get $100 in bonus bets instantly. Download the app and use promo code GLASS when you sign up.
As a two-time WNBA champion, let me tell you, the league is on fire. Sellout games, national headlines, and superstars. This is a season you won't want to miss. And DraftKings brings the excitement to every game with tons of ways to bet. Pick which team will win, by how much, your favorite player's stats, and more.
New DraftKings customers turn $5 into $100 instantly in bonus bets.
And get in on the WNBA action with DraftKings. The crown is yours.
I just wanted to get your thoughts on the new Jeep Grand Cherokee. It's so bougie and leathery.
Slow down! Slow down!
Yeah, what they say. I love the smell of a 2-liter Hurricane 4 turbo engine in the morning.
Right now, purchase and get 0% financing, plus no monthly payments for 90 days. Or get $2,500 total bonus cash allowance on 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee models.
The Sprite Berry Blast is here. With berry flavors and cold foam. Sprite from McDonald's just got bluer. One of the many new drinks now at McDonald's.
At Evernorth, every moment counts. We make complex healthcare journeys simpler with comprehensive, coordinated care. We helped Christina take charge of her rare condition. Evernorth Specialty Services.
Okay, got that. Go, go, go.
You belong among the wildflowers. You belong somewhere close to me. Far away from your trouble and worry. You belong somewhere you feel free.
This copyrighted telecast of WNBA Enterprises may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise used in any form without the express written consent of WNBA Enterprises.
Hey, welcome back. Some highlights from the Fever and Fire. Caitlin Clark in street clothes, out with a back injury. They said they do not expect it to be a nagging injury, but alas, no problem without her because they've got her, Kelsey Mitchell. 21 points on the night for Kelsey Mitchell. Lexi Hull stepping up here, 16 points. This 3 off the dish from Ty Harris, who had 7 dimes in place of Caitlin Clark tonight. But it was all Aaliyah Boston, a game-high 24 points. Great reaction here from Aisha Hines-Allen as well. Let's go! And the Fever absolutely snuffed the Fire. You take a look at the numbers here. Kelsey and Aaliyah holding things down. Batman to each other's Batman. 2 players with 20-plus points in 4 of their 5 games this season. Aaliyah coming off missing her first game of her career. But she stepped up in a significant way. They were hooping. As for who else is hooping around the league, can we show some love, ladies? Oh yeah, always. I want to start with leading Rookie of the Year candidate Olivia Miles, going crazy for the Lynx. Number 2 overall pick, becomes the first person in W history with 30 points and 15 assists in the first 2 games of her career. All told, averaging over 15 points per game for the Lynx. Playing absolutely incredible right now.
Come on now. Olivia Miles is going right at it. You better have your head on your swivel with your teammate because she's going to get you the ball.
Sure is. Go pick that pocket too. This might be my favorite story of the early season. Kennedy Carter, an ace in the hole for Las Vegas. 97 points off the bench, you guys. That's most for a reserve through 5 games in league history.
She's changing the game when she checks in. I mean, they do not take a step backward when it comes to scoring. She could be their X factor in another championship run right now.
She certainly could, but you're not going to mention the aces and not mention the greatest hooper on the planet, who just keeps finding more ways to elevate. Asia Wilson, another 45-point game. It's becoming like old hat for her. Breaking the record with her 5th 40-piece of her career. That is the most in W history. You're running out of superlatives for Asia Wilson.
I was going to say, what else can I say about Asia Wilson? That's Miss Queen. Asia, just her physicality, she's been impressive.
She's certainly...
She's a yes queen.
She is a yes queen. You can say the same for this contest we've got brewing right now in Chicago. Rachel Rachel Banham with the 3-and-1 off the Cloud dish. Much more with Megan, Leah, and Tarika after this. We'll see you post-game.
For a life like no other, you need a card like no other. One that can elevate every trip with the largest curated global hotel program worldwide, lands you in the quiet comfort of the largest global airport lounge network, and lets you savor every bite with dining benefits at over 10,000 US Resi restaurants. A card that unlocks unique experiences worldwide. For nights you'll talk about forever. There's nothing like Platinum.
Someone once said, whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right.
The stage is set for another thrilling major. Which way will the wind blow in this toughest test in golf? The U.S. Open Championship, beginning June 18th, live on USA.
Making every dollar count is important to you, so it's important to Allstate. That's why we help you find more ways to save on car insurance. Good students in your house? Savings. Drive safe? Congrats, you save. Drive less? More savings. Multiple vehicles? Savings. Bundle home and auto? You guessed it, savings. You can live a lot of life with all those savings. If it's important to you, it's important to us. You're in good hands with Allstate. Love it here.
Get set for the third quarter. You're watching the WNBA on USA, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. And it is a one-point ball game as we get set for the third quarter. We've got to take a game summary brought to you by Chili's. Look, Leah. And it's been the defense that has been in this ball game for Chicago.
Yeah, when I think about Chicago's defense, it's built on activity and effort, and they're contesting everything, and they're working hard for it. Look at the communication amongst the teammates. And I love this block. Lacey Williams comes out of nowhere and sends it out of the building. And on the other side, Dallas starts coming alive late in the second half and starts hitting big shot. AC Bud comes in, and then you know Enrique's starting to get comfortable. Hits a difficult shot with defense in her face. And then Paige settles into this game. There's no Dallas player in double figures, but their offense started coming alive.
And to your point, Paige, it was a slow start for her. Just 1 of 6. To begin, and then she was 3 of 3 to close out the first half. Wintrust Arena is our location. A 1-point lead here for the start of the third quarter for Chicago. Their home opener after a 4-game, 10-plus day road trip. Paige Becker is off the mark there to start the third. Cardoso able to keep that in bounds to Natasha Cloud.
Chicago starts off with their man-to-man defense once again, and everyone is just communicating and communicating with one another, and you can see why as we talk about what they have done in this game already.
And you see the 4 blocks there for Chicago. 2 of those coming from Elizabeth Williams herself. Nice finish by Skylar Diggins.
And it's so critical for Chicago as their offense is kind of ramping up. And Coach Marsh told us before the game, I'm really an offensive-minded coach, so I'm anxious for that to happen. But they're really playing off of their defense right now.
10 on the shot clock here for Dallas. Beckers. Now Wallet, 5 seconds. Baseline jumper that rattles through for Wallet.
Wallet's being really patient on the offense.
All right, I'm back. I'm
At taking are really good looks at the basket.
Brown three, that's off the mark. Shepard the rebound, and she can push. We saw this early in that first quarter. On the bounce for Gumawale. Same shot, opposite side, same result. A friendly bounce. Gets a really good bounce off of the Jessica Shepard behind the back pass. I mean, South Bend is not far from Chicago, right? I like it. 10 points now for Gumawale. Here's Sheldon. Diggins working off Cardoso. Sheldon, the three, off the mark. And they're going to say loose ball will stay with Chicago.
Enrique Agumawale getting really comfortable. And when she relocates and gets situated and settled, she's going to knock it down. I love that pass from Jessica Shepard.
So what that was a back screen on the corner, on the baseline. That's a back screen. And freed her up to get that long mid-range shot.
Technical free throw, and then Chicago will retain the possession. As Hawkins got the quick look at the foul before the inbound. Hold on, Shepard. You're tied at 41. Here's Hawkins. Attacking Shepard. Spins on her. Off the window. Too strong. Smith the rebound. Paige Beckers looking up the floor to Jessica Shepard. And then Smith made available and the finish.
And that's just smart basketball, right?
So this is the best Smith has played, Alana has played so far this season. All right, that's the 50-50 phase.
10 seconds. Sheldon, nice bounce to Cardoso. Collects.
There you go.
And there has to be some frustration there with Alana Smith because there's just not a lot she can do down low against Cardoso. As you're going to see, she's going to get straight up and down. But look at what Paige Beckers can do. That kick ahead, she sees Jessica Shepard down low, but I like that Alana Smith continues to cut and run down the court, and she's allowed the easy lay-in.
Third foul called on Alana Smith. Lee Giroux will come into the ballgame here for Coach Jose Fernandez. Trying to match size with Cardoso. Wale works off Giroux. Comes back off of her with space. That one doesn't go. And Shepard off the offensive rebound is fouled. So beside out of bounds here for Dallas. It was called Gabriel Hawkins. Sims with 10 on the shot clock. Wale with 5 seconds. Into the paint, trying to go to Giroux. They're going to get a foul call. JC Sheldon called for the foul. So a reset of the shot clock here for Dallas. And Aisha Koulibaly checks into the ball game here. Second foul called on Sheldon.
Rika Agumawale does such a good job of navigating the defense.
Beckers comes back middle, drops that in, didn't even move the mesh.
Yeah, if you let her get that inside positioning in the mid-range, Beckers is going to score on you.
Up to 11 points here. Cloud off the cross.
Nice way to split the defense. Nice.
Rim run here for Shepard. Shovel pass, Beckers, baseline jumper.
And this is where you feel like Dallas is settling in a little bit. Just really good communication between Shepard and Beckers.
Diggins spins on Sims. And a loose ball foul on the rebound is being called on Aisha Koulibaly.
And this is where
All right, so Skylar missed 2 layups she should have made. You got to make those layups, Skylar.
lethal. It's one of the best, most mid-range field goal attempts this season. Paige Beckers, 3.5, that's 50%. That's not bad. Sanaya Rivers, Courtney Williams, the three of them just do it. The three of those players do really a phenomenal job. I agree. When you think of the mid-range, those are the three you think of.
Aguma Wale. Shepard want the rotate. Here's your roof for three, and she connects.
And she can pull the defense all the way out to the three-point line. Boy, she can change this game up quickly.
5-point lead here for Dallas. They trailed by as many as 11 in that first half. 6 on the shot clock here for Chicago. Diggins. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Hanging. Drops it in.
Let's go. Gotta have players who can get you out of sticky situations. Gotta have them.
Best effort on the court. That's a nice looking shot right there.
Shepard spins baseline, had it blocked, but they're going to get a foul call on Coulibaly. Cloud and Diggins are both looking at Coach Marsh, twirling the finger. He's looking at his bench.
Let's see here if she got her on the block.
I don't know. I don't like that angle. Let me see. Oh, yeah, that's a foul.
Gets the ball.
Yeah, that's a foul. That's a foul.
Looking at the video review before challenging was that she got her on the head. And you can join us next week for more WNBA Wednesdays on USA with another doubleheader. First up, we've got the Mercury. They take on the Liberty in New York. And then Angel Reese and the Dream are in Minnesota taking on the Lynx. Sure to be another action-packed night here next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern on USA. Free throw line.
Let's go. Let's go. Vet move. Vet move. Vet move.
Offense has been really important and critical in this game here. And she's also been a really good rebounder in this one with 6 boards.
Shepard attacking through the ball. He gets deep into the paint. Got it over the lip and the foul.
Tell you what about Jessica Shepard. She came into the season in outstanding shape. Just so physical. You have to love what she's doing.
All right, so this is when you would have liked to seen Tyler Marsh have Maddie Westbeld available today. Because Maddie is 6'3", strong, physical, girth, and she can operate at all 3 levels, and she's a solid defender. So now I saw her in warm-ups, shooting half-court shots and going through warm-ups. So I don't know why she's in just regular clothes, civilian clothes. I don't understand that. Why she's just in regular clothes and not in uniform, because he could have used her. He could have used her.
With hundreds of sales every week, eat well for less at Whole Foods Market.
Players have their bag, but fans, you've got one too. Sometimes it's about showing up. Others, it's showing out. Snacks, chargers, essentials, whatever you need to stay in it, delivered at the speed of the game. DoorDash keeps you in your bag all season long.
We're almost back. Supposed to be at Pat's for tip-off. You okay, OG?
I'd like to see you guys hike a mountain at my age.
We're almost there. Howdy, fellas. Hey, Ted. I got the game. You got the game? Now where's the rest of the team?
I get them.
Starks, you still on that hike? Alvarado's here.
I brought dip. Homemade.
Wish we had some snacks. And I found these berries.
Oh, very poisonous. Yeah. When the connection matters, it has to be AT&T.
Not all kids become goats, because goats aren't just born, they're raised. We teach them to stay hungry, get loud, build others up, even if it means knocking them down. To
stay confident and stay humble. Sometimes. Because that all-time part of greatest of all time, it includes the future.
This summer, when the sun sets, greatness will rise.
The winner of the 80th U.S. Women's Open.
The U.S. Women's Open begins June 4th on USA.
It's real talk, and it's accountability. That's what I told her. I go, there's selfishness in this locker room. There is. And you know, you gotta look in the mirror and be accountable on how you played. And don't get upset if you think that you should have played more, or you didn't play enough, or you didn't get the shots that you think you should have gotten.
Conversation about Coach Fernandez publicly challenging his team, but according to Paige Beckers, it never really shook the locker room. She told me earlier, it's just outside noise. Now, personally, I come from UConn, so does AZ. We're used to it, but obviously things are handled different at the pro level, but we handled it, addressed it as a team, and I think you saw how we responded, and that response was a 92-69 win over Washington. So it's safe to say, Megan and Leah, that Dallas has moved on from it.
Absolutely, and I think it really served them well. I think that when you saw how they played defense in that Vista game in particular in that first half, the intensity was simply outstanding. So they did respond, and sometimes that's what you need early on in the season.
Cardoso off the mark there. They're going to get Guerrero in trouble. And we were talking to Coach Fernandez at shoot-around this morning and asked him just about the response. And he said, listen, when I said there was selfishness, it wasn't necessarily about the ball movement. It was about body language, being there for your teammate, high-fiving, the little things that are detail-oriented that lead to building chemistry. And he said, I wanted to nip it now so that it didn't compound over the season when things are tough and we meet adversity. There's Jaquez if she gets that to go.
And I like how he addressed it with the team, but then he did say, I should have probably just kept it with the team.
Right.
And he goes, I apologize for that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's accountability from your head coach.
And that sets a standard. He can hold himself accountable and apologize. As Paige Beckers won't apologize for that.
Oh, no, she won't. Beautiful looking shot.
6-point lead here for Dallas, trailed by as many as 11. It is under 4 minutes to go in the third. And they're going to get...
And Dallas' offense slowly getting better and better. Paige Beckers, just a beautiful swish shot. They're shooting almost 49% now from the field, and they had been sitting in the 40s for most of this game. So they're getting their rhythm, and this is where Chicago really has to lock in on the defensive side of the ball.
Defensive second violation called on Dallas. Hopkins gets the technical free throw to go. Elizabeth Williams checking into the ball game here for Chicago. Izzy Flood also into the ball game for Dallas. Here's Stiggins. Wrap around pass to Cardoso. Collects herself. Couldn't get that to go. Offensive rebound. Put back and foul. Camila Cardoso putting the cape on here in the third quarter.
You have to love it, and I'll tell you what, everybody in this arena loved it because they love her effort that she gives when she's working down low. It's a great pass inside. The double team comes, and then she just has to start battling on the offensive boards and is able to finish it up and get to the free throw line. Look at the bench, soaking it up.
Coming into this, we thought it was going to be a very big matchup between Beckers and Diggins, and it has really been Shepard and Cardoso as Paige Beckers has slowly come along here in the second half, but the bigs.
Yes, that front court has really been important in this one for both sides.
They're anchoring both sides offensively. 8 on the shot clock. Beckers gets caught. Giroux launches. That one is off the mark. Cloud the rebound, and Diggins is pushing.
Another good rebound for Cloud as she gets the team rolling.
Diggins 3 off the mark. Beckers the rebound. Now Dallas is pushing with a 2-point lead behind the back from Beckers. Off the bounce, Giroux. And Lee Giroux will head to the free throw line as Cardoso will be called for the foul.
And this is what I love about the way that Paige Becker plays the game. One, her handle allows her to get past Cloud, and then that is her court vision, just able to see her teammates so well. She has it all. Court
vision, shot. She's a great teammate. She does a little bit of everything. And we can take a look at the upcoming WNBA national TV schedule. Prime Video tomorrow, a couple of good ones at.
So what people don't know is that Lee Ruse started out with Chicago, and James Wade didn't want to develop her. He didn't want to give her minutes. He didn't want to develop her, and so she left. Yep, she started out with the Sky.
Across the board in the WNBA this season. Cloud right to the hoop and the finish. Tasha Cloud. She's playing with a lot of intensity in this game, and it is working. A whistle and a foul as Wale was trying to get to the hoop. They call it on Williams. Just look how quick she is with her first step as she decides to get right past Paige Beckers. That's a beautiful take to the basket. You still have, how many years has she been in the league? She's still got a really quick first step. 11, as she reminded us after that's right. Shoot around this morning. Wale good on the first. And she had to finish opposite side of the basket there because Giroux was coming over for the help side. Absolutely, and that was what made that so incredible. So she has those moves, but she also just has that court sense. The vet is ready to go. And like she told us earlier, she knows she's been in this league a long time. She said, everyone thinks I'm old. I think I'm in my prime. Odyssey Sims back into the ballgame for Dallas. Here's Cloud. Rises. Doesn't go. Shepard the rebound. Taken away by Williams, trying to save it inbounds. Hawkins comes up with a loose ball. Great hustle. Hawkins thought about it. Banham won't even hesitate. Shepard the rebound. Dallas gets lucky right there. Rachel Banham usually punishes defenses that way. Wale getting downhill. Cardoso the rebound. Number 7 in the ballgame for Cardoso. Chicago saying we're going to go ahead and play at this pace with Dallas. They're getting up and down the court, looking for their early offense, playing in the half court right now, though. Cardoso off the window.
We're looking at Team Brazil, Camilla. That's when she break out all the moves. Love it.
Clinic in the paint tonight. 36-22 paint point advantage here for Chicago. Shepard attacking, goes baseline, reverse finish. Again, the bigs getting it done, Leah. A little back and forth. Anything you can do, I can do better. In the corner, Banham. He doesn't go. Shepard the rebound. Wale trying to beat everybody downhill. Here's Fudd. Shepard. Fudd, deep three. That goes. I mean, her shot is absolutely incredible how quick that release is. And Jessica Shepard is just distributing the ball to everybody. She has been outstanding in this entire game, doing a little bit of everything on both sides. Pocket pass couldn't be controlled by Cardoso. Shepard. Sims got behind the defense, lays it up and in. And Tyler Marsh would like to talk things over. And AZ Fudd quick into the ball game and
yeah, Chicago fighting really hard, man. They're missing too many players, but it just shows you how impressive that roster is, that they still can end up winning this game, and they're missing so many players. Now they need Rachel Banham to do what she was paid to do, which was make threes, space the floor and make threes. That's what she was paid to do. Okay, and she is beloved in a locker room, in and outside of the locker room. And JC Sheldon is off today from behind the arc. So we got to get JC to make threes, and we got to get Rachel to make threes. Skylar missed 2 easy layups. But if those 2 women, especially Rachel, can do what she was paid to do, and JC can be more efficient, Chicago should easily win this game. That's not a question. But it just shows you how impressive. They got all of their players. They're not missing anyone, Dallas. They got everyone there. We're missing too many players, and we're still in this game.
All new drinks are here, from crafted sodas to refreshers.
You ice cold drinks could be so fire. Try them all now at McDonald's.
Propel Fitness Water with Gatorade electrolytes, zero sugar, and vitamins. Propel hydrates better than water to help you get the most out of your workout and get back to your best self. What?
Welcome back, Tyler Marsh. Didn't even want to wait for the quarter break. He called a timeout here with 51.6 seconds to go. And we talked earlier about the bigs getting it done. Combined 33 points between Shepard and Cardoso. They are 14 for 17 in this ballgame.
I think Chicago wants to get back to playing in the half court a little bit. They can run, they can get up and down, but they don't want to keep doing that. And that's a big one for Sheldon.
Nice play coming out of the timeout there for Chicago.
It gets Shelton involved in this offense. She is a very good offensive player. We know her for her defense, getting in the passing lane, getting the steals, but she can knock down shots.
Averaging just under 11 points on the early going of the ball game. Fudd, are they going to give it to her? Yes, they do, and they're going to take a look at it as well. But as it stands, AZ Fudd will go to the free throw line for an and one opportunity.
Yeah, Rachel Banham looks really surprised by this call. Let's see where it was. Oh, it's the moving screen, not a foul on AZ.
Or is that maybe a foul on Banham?
How? He should challenge that.
The defensive foul is currently under review to determine if the illegal contact is prior to the upward shooting motion.
That wasn't even a foul. That's not a foul on her. Tyler Marsh should have challenged that. How was that a foul?
Here this evening. Well, they are taking a look at it.
Here's where Banham runs into the screen.
Oh, that's cheap. Oh, she hooked her, and then Leah Rue flailed and sold it, but that's cheap as hell.
May I give my opinion? Do you have an opinion?
I would love to hear it.
Just based on that review, based on when Randy Richardson initiated the whistle, it looked like AZ Fudd was already in her shooting pocket. And so that, for me, that would indicate that's when he noticed the contact. But I don't.
Yeah, well, so then that would be next. So you're saying then that is not a foul, like you.
No, I'm saying it's a foul, but they're counting the bucket.
Got it.
That was oh, here we go. Isaac's got it.
After review, the illegal contact by Banham is prior to Fudd's upward shooting motion. Therefore, the basket will not count. Play will resume with penalty free throws for Ueru. Thank you.
Okay, well, I was wrong.
And that's why we're not official.
Exactly, that's why I said over here.
Yeah, she definitely has not gotten them together there. That is the right call. And right there, she goes up.
So it will be Ueru at the free throw line for Dallas. And Dallas currently with a 6-point lead, 22.5 to play. Ueru has been solid off the bench here. 5 points, 4 rebounds. Make that 6 points. So WNBA League Pass gives you a courtside seat. Every week, you can stream live games from across the league all season long. Scan that QR code to subscribe now for $39.99 per year and press play on the WNBA. And both go for Ueru. So now an 8-point lead here for Dallas, trying to close this quarter in positive fashion. Here's Banham, turning the corner. Count the bucket and the foul. Rachel Banham is going to head to the free throw line.
Rachel Banham showing you she's still got it. She can score in a whole bunch of different ways. Yeah, I might not be hitting my threes tonight, but I can get into the paint, get past the rookie, and lay that one in. Just a quick step, 2 defenders on her.
good for her to see that one go in.
Completes a three-point play as James was called for the foul. 11 seconds here for Dallas to work with. 5-point lead. Sims, 6 seconds. Here's Flood, 3 seconds. Fadeaway jumper doesn't go. Shepard, offensive board. And with 0.2 seconds, Jessica Shepard, the energy is going to get her to the free throw line. To the dismay of Natasha Cloud.
So I see Neil Ivey in the crowd, assistant coach for Notre Dame. Carlos Knox is there, and he's a snake. I don't like him. And then Camille Wood. Damn, who was that I just saw? Damn, who was that I just saw? It was somebody else I thought I saw. Maybe that wasn't. I don't know, it was somebody I thought I saw. That could have been a mistake. I know for a fact I saw Neil Ivey. I know that for a fact. That's a fact. I definitely saw Neil Ivey.
For the Wings, and it has been Paige Beckers in the third quarter, and Camila Cardoso for Chicago. They're getting it done. You're watching the WNBA on USA, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods.
No, that's who I saw. Cameron Williams. So from Michigan, and then she transferred to the University of Miami. That's who I saw, Cameron Williams. And she should be in this league. Right now, I've been seeing her doing modeling and on vacation and doing, living it up in Miami. She's still in Miami. She's from Chicago, by the way, but she's still in Miami. So she loved Miami while she was at the U. So if you follow her on IG, she's all over Miami. Then you'll see her on vacation and she's modeling and all of this stuff. And then also Natalia Marshall should be in this league. She should at least try to go to the Upshot League. And that woman is a versatile player. She could play at 3 levels. And the fact that both of those two women would just quit basketball is just crazy. And Natalia feels like, well, listen, she got Jewel Lloyd. So she's with Jewel Lloyd. She's dating Jewel Lloyd. She's in a relationship with Jewel Lloyd. So she like, Jewel Lloyd is a millionaire. I'm good. Like, that's how she feels. Like, it's crazy to me. You have the Upshot League. You could have joined the Upshot League and found your way back to the WNBA or to the WNBA for the first time. And you would have been able to earn 6 figures, high 6 figures, like $300K, 270K, $300K, maybe $400K. And if you hoop really good, your next contract could be $600K, $700K, right? So, or maybe 1.4 like Lexi, you never know, where she's getting over $700K for 2 years. So the fact that she was willing to just give up like that, Natalia Marshall, and not take the opportunity to go to the Upshot League, and the same with Cameron Williams, is just wild to me. The Cavender twins should also be in this league. At least Hannah Cavender, because Haley gave up. Haley gave up, but Hannah definitely, she was hooping crazy her final year there with the University of Miami. But her and her sister thought that the WNBA was always going to be broke, that they would be making this little punk money and nothing was ever going to change. And now they got to feel stupid because you got women now. Aaliyah Boston, it has more money than the Cavender twins has. They're doing good things with their podcasts and little endorsement deals for their things that they do for their TikTok account and stuff. But they don't have as much money as Jewel Lloyd. They don't have as much money as Aaliyah Boston right now. But they thought the WNBA was always going to be broke and handing out these little $90,000, $80,000, $70,000 contracts. And they have to feel so stupid right now. So stupid that they just gave up on their career for some dumb stuff.
Looking at is one, just the WNBA has so many players. Offensively, we're really seeing that pay off this season. And I think when you have expansion, D travels a little bit. Texas, finish in transition. offensive rebound for Isaiah James, ends back up with Sims, and that one does go. And Dallas, you just have to give so much credit to because they have so many veteran players like Odyssey Sims, for example. They know how to score. They know how to play the game the right way, and so they are scoring a lot of buckets. Plus, you have Paige and AZ, all the young ones coming up. So the first half versus third quarter percentage shooting.
There it is. That's that rainbow. That's that rainbow. Let's go.
Odyssey Sims on the closeout on Skylar Diggins, and Diggins knocked that one down.
So Chicago is playing woman to woman. She tried to draw the foul. Yeah, Chicago is playing woman to woman. They've been doing that a lot. They've been doing that a lot. All right, so that's a 2-3 flat. That's a 2-3 flat. Woman to woman principles. So that's what that is. So that's a 2-3 woman to woman principles. Should have got to the free throw line, but they're trying to punish her for calling them out about what they didn't do to protect Rickea Jackson. Get out of here with that up and under. All right, you can't do that on Camilla. Odyssey is really good at that, but she can't get that on Camilla.
Gonna dare you to come into the paint. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, she can't do that on Camilla. She gets away with it on a lot of players, but not Camilla.
A couple of those every single game. But curls off the screen.
Yeah, and that's why you draft her #1 overall, no matter what. No matter what, because once she starts getting that shot hitting, she's the most dangerous player in the league. And she opens up everything for your team. You have to guard her. You have to stretch your defense out, which opens up cutters and everything else. Right? Boom, that's that rainbow. Get it right back. Now you got to get some stops.
Perimeter layup. And it's really this great communication right now that the Chicago team has. Two veteran players just knowing how to play the right way. Here's Shepard. And they are through the ball into the paint. Kick out Smith. Can she add to it? Doesn't. Through the ball in the rebound. Now Shelton with it. Lob inside. Triple.
There you go. Get to that free throw line. And that was a nice little ghost screen by Skylar Diggins. That was a ghost drag. Skylar hit a nice little ghost drag for JC, and JC was able to cleanly get to the left side of the court. So that was nice. Nice little ghost drag from Skylar.
Skytown bench loving every second of it. Cardoso at the free throw line. This is the first. And the WNBA on USA is brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's.
That was real smart at that moment to get Kalua Bali out of there and put in Elizabeth just in case she misses this. She stands a better chance of getting that rebound.
Her game is the free throw. She's just getting consistent at finishing the free throws because she gets to herself to the line so frequently. Yeah, and that's just going to be a big part of her career. She can change the trajectory of the way that she shoots at the free throw line. We know it's difficult, harder for the bigger players to do that and be successful. But I believe her career is young and she has a huge upside. Here's Ogumawala.
That was nasty. That was absolutely nasty. That was a nice little down screen. Nasty.
173 lead for Dallas. Step back jumper.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Y'all got to get some stops. Good. Get Gabriella back in this game. You have to get some stops.
Attacking Cardoso. Step back jumper. Doesn't go through. Offensive rebound. Goes to the floor. And a whistle and a foul going to be called on Cloud.
As long as it's not a bonus, like they're not in a bonus, that's great. So she has to take that out. Take that out to the side. As long as that's not a free throw thing, you're good.
Screening and setting up players for success. And you really just saw that in the last play. It's all the little things that she does because her teammates don't need a lot of time. They don't need a lot of space, and her screens allow that. That goes. 5 on the shot clock. That goes. Corner jumper doesn't go. Jaquez the rebound. Jaquez pushing and surveying. Working off Cardoso.
Nice. Oh, man. Damn. So Skylar missed 2 easy ones. Jaquez missed that one. Damn.
2 hands are saying slow it down here. And the whistle and a foul will be called on Chicago. Foul is pleading with the officials. Let's see if you can see. Oh yeah, you can see her.
Yeah, they're gonna do that. She sort of hooked her. Just don't get him in a bonus, y'all. Come on now. You're only down by 6. Don't get him in a bonus.
Third foul called on Cloud. 6:25 to go here in the fourth quarter. An 81-75 Dallas lead at Iguala. 7 seconds. Here's Shepard. Attacking with a flip shot in the middle.
All right, go. Let's go.
Cloud working off Williams. Jaquez lines one up. That's off the mark. Becker's the rebound. Ogunbowale with space. Rises. That's off the mark. Back to iron. Now Diggins pushing. And a whistle.
Yeah, y'all needed that timeout. They needed that. They needed that. Let them rest. Get some Gatorade, get something, some water, some vitamin water, some Propel, something. Get that going. And make some defensive adjustments. And that's what has to happen. But these are the top 2 rosters in the league. And one roster doesn't have all of their players available. So one roster does, the other roster doesn't. And this is still a very close game. So these are the 2 best rosters in the league hooping right now. After them, number 1, Chicago got the best roster, period. And then it's Dallas. And then after Dallas, it's New York. After New York, there's a case for Atlanta when Bree Jones gets back. And obviously Ryan Howard is back healthy. And then you have to go with the Aces. If Ryan Howard was playing against the Aces, when was that? Saturday or Sunday? I think it was Saturday. If Ryan Howard was playing in that game, the Atlanta Dream would have won that game. If Ryan Howard and Bree Jones were playing in that game, they probably would have beat the Aces by at least 9 or 11. And so that's why I'm saying, whenever the Dream get healthy, even though Angel Reese was struggling like that, if Ryan Howard had played that game, they still would have won that game. Even though Angel Reese was struggling like that, if Bree Jones was playing and Ryan Howard set out, they would have won that game. Now you put Bree Jones and Ryan Howard back in there, that's a dangerous team, Atlanta Dream. And Angel was off. She was off. So and Angel was off with middies. I mean, not middies, but rebounds. So that's not like Angel. Angel can have a poor shooting night, but she'll still get you a double-double. So she was just, for whatever reason, she just didn't have it that Saturday. So that's not something that's going to happen time and time again. That's an anomaly. That's an aberration. That's an aberration with Angel. Angel is most likely going to walk out of there with a double-double. So that's why I can't put Atlanta as the 4th best roster, because Atlanta Dream almost beat them without 2 of their best players and with Angel Reese having an off night or off day.
So unselfish as a teammate in this game, doing a little bit of everything for her teammates, but it's the beautiful passing that I love. She has 11 assists in this one as she comes around the screen, just a beautiful dime down into her teammate. And what I love is that we think about her as a rebounder, as a scorer, but tonight she's been facilitating just as much. So those 11 assists you mentioned, a new career high for Shepard. She's got herself a double-double, and right now they have an 83-75 lead on the road with 5:50 to play in the fourth quarter. This is the first of a 3-game road trip for Dallas. They have Atlanta and New York on it, and it's the first of a 4-game homestand for Chicago.
Nice.
We're going to be called for the foul. Here's Diggins. Williams looking inside to Cardoso.
Nice.
Touch pass back.
Nice.
Offensive big right there, and you think that's what I think Coach Marshall talks about when he says I'm an offensive coach, because that's just really great looking basketball. If you can get those two doing that consistently, they're going to be hard to beat.
Go. Oh, why would you call that? You stopped her from scoring. You better give her a transition take. You just stopped her from scoring. You better give her a transition take.
Yeah, I think Paige is ahead of her, so I think that's why it's not going to be a transition.
Oh, that's cold-blooded. That's cold-blooded. Damn, these are some dumb referees. Ridiculous. Crazy.
With Hopkins' 5th rebound of the ball game. He's got 12 points to go with it. So here, look at Paige Becker's on the far side of your screen. I think she is far enough ahead and with her that it's not going to be clear path. Well, I'm already 0 for 1 today. So.
All right, so here's something that you should know, that the African-American official with the bald head, according to Kurt Miller, whenever you see him, and it's not just him, he has to be a part of a crew. It's a couple other referees where they love the run. They're in great shape, and they have great stamina. They could run forever. Whenever they're officiating, they don't like to call a lot of calls. So Kurt Miller said, watch out for these refs, because it won't be a lot of calls tonight. It's going to get physical, because he said they run a lot. They have great stamina. They love the run. And you have referees where they don't like to run, and they call a bunch of calls.
And foul that does not meet the criteria for a trade.
Oh, that's cold-blooded. So you just robbed Chicago. You robbed Chicago of 2 points in transition over some bogus call that probably should have never been called anyway. Ridiculous.
To be above the tip of the circle, for it to be a clear path ball.
You might as well just let that go. You should have just let that go.
Cardoso moved right at Giroux. That one left short. Shepard the rebound. Shepard is 2 rebounds away from the bingo. We're under 5 minutes to go here in the fourth. Giroux. 4 seconds. Beckers checks, rises, and connects. Difficult shot right there for Paige Beckers, and she knocks it down, but the defense stayed with her the entire time. Here's Williams, defended by Shepard, comes back.
Good.
And Elizabeth Williams is going to head to the free throw line. That'll be the 3rd on Shepard. And that's a really strong move and take right there by Elizabeth Williams. I like how she uses her body and physicality, but doesn't go overboard and push off with it. And USA's hit series is back for a 2nd season with all new cities, all new guests, and the same monstrous appetite. Don't miss everything on the menu with Braun Strowman June 5th on USA. 85-78 lead here for Dallas. 4.5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Here's Beckers. Shepard. A little Wally works off the screen from her. Loses her footing, but they're going to get a whistle and a foul. I love Natasha Cloud. She just did on Sen. Let's see here. She got two hands on her really quickly, and that's just going to be a foul. So, it's her frustration, but I do love, because earlier today she told us that, you know what, I'm mature, I'm more calm, I take a deep breath, and that's exactly what she just did here on the court. Becker is into the paint, into the body of Hawkins, off the window. One at the end, one call. Cloud. Diggins goes baseline. Still with it in the corner. Rises from three. Doesn't get the bounce. Cardoso offensive rebound misses. Second one doesn't go, but she will go to the free throw line. And that has to be frustrating right there for Cardoso.
And she got fouled on the first one. Now, if you look at Sydney Taylor, she's looking a little bit down, disappointed, because she knows she could have helped the team win. Sydney can get you at a sticky situation. She can get her own shot. She can score at all three levels, and she can play defense. And so it's just questionable why he didn't play her, and also why he didn't dress Maddie. He should have allowed Maddie to play. So those are two questionable decisions. But Chicago had opportunities. You blew 3 easy layups, and Rachel Banham missing wide open threes. Like, that's on them.
Chance of defense here from the Sky fans at their home opener. Giroux. Hand off to Beckers. 8 on the shot clock. Beckers pull-up jumper. Doesn't go. Cardoso the rebound. Cloud is pushing. Cloud works off Williams. On the bounce to her. Too strong off the window. A couple of funky trips down court for Chicago. And a turnover there by Dallas. Shepard telling Flood, that's my fault. And this is what can't happen. Just frustration as the ball rolls right out her fingers. And Jose Fernandez would like to talk things over. 7-point ball game here. We'll take the timeout with them.
Yeah, that's sad, man. When you pay someone for something so simple. We're paying you to make threes. And you had like 3 wide open threes. And you missed them. Right? So that's not right. Like we kept you because we love you. You're great for the locker room. Everyone loves you. But your job is to make threes. And anytime you're getting wide open threes, you at least need to make 2 of them things. Right? So that's disappointing, man. It is.
Rocket loan options, and we search them all to find the loan rate that's right for you.
Need a towel?
Mortgages can be complicated.
Okay, something going on. Something going on. What the hell is going on? Get right. I don't know, that thing kind of funky, man. I might have to just...
Cardoso offensive rebound misses. Second one doesn't go, but she will go to the free throw line. 4-peat title.
All right, Cheryl Swoops, Cindy Brunson.
Love watching the great Cheryl Swoops do her thing. That's a real baller right there. I wanted her air swoops when I was younger, and unfortunately, growing up north of the border, they didn't sell them in Canada. Sorry about that. I was, you remember that? I'm still not over it. Son. Oh yeah, the Nike commercial. She was everything and still is. Good to see her at the game here. Inside to Cardoso, deflected out of bounds by Giroux. It will stay with Chicago. They will have 10 on the shot clock to work with here. 3 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Teresa Foster-Brasby, Megan McPeak, Gabe Olsen with you here in Chicago. Inside to Diggins. Floating shot goes. And moments like these as you're trying to get back into this game with just under 3 minutes left, go to a player like Skylar Diggins because she's big in big moments. 10 on the shot clock. Beckers gets open, fires. Three's off the mark. Loose ball rebound in the hands of Clout. She's pushing. Has Cardoso running with her. And a whistle and a foul is going to be called on Beckers. The thing about the Chicago team is they get going in transition. It is fast. You have to clear out of the way or you better get set defensively in advance. Cloud gets the first free throw. Now a 3-point lead for the Wings. Skytown getting behind their squad. They are fighting here in their home opener. Wale 3, that goes. Defense is late on rotating, and one thing you can't be is late. Wale or some down a big shot. Jacobs working off Williams. Cloud off the handoff. Attacking. High off the window. Too strong. Shepard the rebound for Dallas. 2 minutes to go now in the fourth quarter. Beckers. Here's Shepard. 10 on the shot clock for the Wings. Wale rises. Yes! And Tyler Marsh wants a timeout. Enrique Wale has hit big shots in her career.
That's it. That's it. That's game over. And even though even though I don't personally like Enrique as a person, I think she's a jerk. I'm speaking about off the court. You don't get rid of her because of that. She's just too talented on offense. You can't afford to get it up. Now, she can't ball hog under Jose. He won't let her ball hog. So she's getting her offense within the structure, the rhythm, the flow of the game. And so it's all natural, it's organic. So it's not like years prior where she would just ball hog to death, right? So she's getting her offense within the flow, the structure, the rhythm of the game. And so I just don't like her as a person. I think she's a jerk, a prick. But outside of that, that's why you don't get rid of Enrique for stuff like that. It's only so much Chicago could do. They're missing too many players, y'all. They're missing too many players. And he didn't do the right thing. He didn't play Sydney Taylor, and she can get any shot she wants to get, plus she could play defense. So that was mistake number one. And then the other mistake, he didn't dress Maddie Westbell when he should have dressed Maddie Westbell. And that hurt him.
Can score at will at any time. I think tonight what really matters too is she's doing it so efficiently, and I think that's one of the big things we're seeing this season as well. Phantom jumper doesn't go. Becker is the rebound. 90 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. To your point, 7 of 15 from the floor is Wale tonight. And when you get in the rhythm, we know that when she gets open and is in a rhythm like she is right now, you're going to be in trouble. 2 on the shot clock. High off the window, doesn't go. Giroux with the offensive board. 8 on the shot clock now for Beckers. 4 seconds. Beckers gets downhill, lays it high off the window. Dallas does exactly what they want to do right there. Take up time off the clock, and score late in the clock. 11-point lead here for Dallas. Banham 3. That goes. There's still life in Chicago. Here she goes again. Wale, they got to get the ball out of her hands. Banham will foul to stop the clock. Side out of bounds. Beckers will inbound. Take their time on this. They're going to get the quick foul. Wale will head to the free throw line. Diggins is called for the foul. 37.8 to play in the fourth quarter. Wale good on the first. And as Chicago turns around and tries to score quickly on the other side, they'll look at Diggins. But they could also do it the old-fashioned way and get that ball into Cardozo and see if they can get her fouled. But Tyler Marsh will take the timeout. We will take it with them and get back for the next 37.8.
Pass to Caitlin Clark. She's put it on her own and she nails it.
A connection you can count on. From just about anywhere. That's Xfinity Mobile. And now, cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try it free for a year. No commitment. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Line in, clock out. Corona, La Playa awaits.
At first, she thought it was a coincidence. But turns out, community moves you. Quite literally. Explore your story.
Leah, the last 7 seasons, you see what the road team has been able to do, and it has been no different even this season. A higher percentage, almost 70% of wins this season already have been by the road team.
Yeah, that's really interesting to watch. Like, what is impacting on road games? Is it that defense travels, and that's really impacting the games early on here?
Banham 3, off the mark. Shepard with the rebound.
But she got a triple-double.
And that rebound, Wale and Shepard are laughing because that was the 10th rebound for Jessica Shepard, which gave her her second career triple-double. And there was a couple.
The first triple-double came against the Indiana Fever last season on Aaliyah Boston, and she got that triple-double in like the first half or something. Crazy. Yeah, I told y'all, man. I told y'all before training camp who had the best rosters. Chicago, Dallas, New York, Dream, Aces. That's the top 5. Chicago, they just have to get players back. Rakia's not coming back, but everyone else they need to get back. And Tyler Marsh has to do some self-evaluation and realize that he made a mistake. The mistake was not playing Sydney Taylor and not dressing Maddie Westbell because he needed Maddie. He needed Maddie Westbell to play that 4. And that's not what he did. Also, Rachel Banham. Rachel Banham let the team down. Skylar blew like 2-3 layups. And JC was missing some easy, wide open threes. So that's what happens when you blow easy layups. You miss wide open threes. It happens. That's what happens, man. Salute Dallas Wings. Salute Dallas Wings. I told people listen, everyone power rankings had Dallas at the bottom, Chicago at the bottom. They had Washington at the bottom. They had Toronto at the bottom, Portland at the bottom. This is literally what they did because they don't know basketball. They don't know these coaches. They don't know the systems. They don't know these players. And they were just like, oh, with Dallas, they're still rebuilding. Bottom. They don't know Jose Fernandez. Bottom. Oh, Toronto, new expansion team. These players don't really jump off the screen at me. Bottom. Right? Oh, Chicago, they got rid of Angel and Ariel. They're still rebuilding. Bottom. Just lazy, y'all, lazy. I told everyone what it would be, and that's exactly what happened. Right? So I'm not streaming the final game tonight. I'm about to freaking shower and then go to freaking bed, man. Yeah. Hey, I hope Connecticut can get that win. So here's to hoping Connecticut can get it done. Super excited about that. Connecticut is going to be dangerous when they get Layla Lacan back. That's when everything is going to start to click when they get Layla Lacan. Seattle is going to look crazy once our fam gets there and Dominique is playing again and Katie Lou is back and all of that. They're going to start looking crazy too. So let me get up out of here. Don't feel bad, Chicago. You're 3-2. You really should be 4-1, but you're 3-2. That's a great record. Sadly, that place wasn't packed because these stupid Angel Reese fans said they were going to punish the Chicago Sky and not purchase tickets, and that's what happened. So there it is. Immaturity.